The learning Zilin Nishmas Etta Ahuva Basakum Sechus Bechoros Perek Ches Mishna Zayin. Chamesh Shloim shall ben, the 5 Shloim of Pidyon haben, b'mana tzuri. Those Shloim are used with mana tzuri. We know that there is Mois Medina and Mois Tzuri, and Mois Medina, 8 Mois Medina equals 1 mana tzuri, because the tzuri is a better coin. So the dinim that are daraisa have to be from the better coin, the Rav explains. So the chamesh shloim shall pidyon haben is mana tzuri, shloishim shall eved, the knas, when a shar kills an eved, so the owner has to pay a knas of shloishim, shloim, which is the shekel of the Torah. Chamishim shall oines umefate, if someone is ma'anes or mefate a naira, then they pay 50 shekel, also 50 slum, and meya shel moiti shemra, the 100 of moiti shemra. If a husband says that his wife was mezana bein erisin l'nesuan, so we knas him. That 100 is also kulam b'shekel hakodesh b'mana tzuri. So now the Rav over here teaches us that originally 5 shekel, or rather 1 shekel, Bimei Moshe, was 320 sa'ires. Then, Bimei Bayisheni, they made it a 6th larger milabar into 384. A 6th of 384 is 64. So they made it from 320 plus 64 to 384. 5 of those, which is, we're talking about 5 for Pidyon haben, is 1,920 sa'ires. The Tzais Yanta points out that this cheshbon makes sense based on the Gemara in Kedushin on Daf Yud Beis that says that a pruta is a half a sa'ira, and we know there's 192 prutas in a dinar and 4 dinar in a sela. So if you take a half a sa'ira times 192 times 4, it's going to equal that same 384 sa'iras. 5 of them is 1,920. Now the Stipler in the Shiur and Shel Torah says that 20 sa'iras is equal to 1 gram. So if you make the cheshbon, this 1,920 sa'iras, which we're saying is the value of Pidyon haben, comes out to 96 gram. And he says to round it up to 100 gram, that should be the amount of Pidyon haben. Our Pidyon haben in America, the $5 silver, it comes out is a little bit more than that. Actually, with 4 coins would probably be good enough, but we use 5 coins just as a chumrah. And the Mishnah ends off, the kula niftim bekesef ubeshave kesef chutz min hashkalim. There's no akpada in the Torah to give dafka the coins. You could technically give shave kesef chutz min hashkalim. The maksas hashekel over there's a hakpada on a matbeya, and the Gemara is meisif that by meiser sheni there's a hakpada on hakbeya on a matbeya, and also for buying your carbon oila re'iyah. Now, as far as paper dollars, we'll see in the next Mishnah. Mishnah Ches, Ein poiden loy ba'avadim, v'loy b'shtaris, v'loy b'karkois, v'loy b'hekteshis. The Gemara says, a klal pratu klal, as it does in many other places, similarly, that piduyu ben chodesh is a klal, be'erkecha kesef chamesh shkolim is a prat, and tifta is another klal. So we say, iyat adon el kein prat, it has to be davar metaltal b'gufei mammon. That excludes karka, which is not metaltal, and it excludes avodim, which is hookish to karkois, and excludes shtaris, that even though they're metaltalin, but it's not gufay mammon. The Gemara says that there is a Tana that holds ribui miya ribui, and according to him, the only thing that wouldn't be good is shtar. So the Pischei Tshuva brings down from the Chassam Sofer that even though paper dollars could be acceptable for certain pidyonis, but when it comes to Pidyon haben, where you're being paid from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, they're akpada on a matbeya, and you shouldn't use paper dollars. But even though it doesn't go b'chal shtaris, in other words, you could think maybe it's a shtar because it be'etzem has no shavis, there's no silver in it, so it's similar to a shtar. So he says no, it's good for other things, but for Pidyon haben not to use it, and that's why we wouldn't use paper dollars for Pidyon haben. The Mishnah continues, Kasav v'koyin shu chayv lechamesh shloim. If he writes to the koyin, I owe you 5 slum, nothing to do with Pidyon haben, so chayiv litan lo, you have to do that chiyav. U'benoi ein epade, and you can't be paid yourself with that. The Gemara brings b'shem ula that really midaraisa you would be able to be paid with such a thing when you give the money, But Midirabanan, they said that you can't be paida gzeira shema yoidim paida b'shtar. People are going to say that you could be paida with a shtar even without giving any money, with a shtar document that the kohen could collect from someone else. So therefore, they said you can't be paida even b'chiyagav, even though you are giving him money. So since the father is going to anyhow have to give another 5 slum, so these 5 slum that the father was giving to the kohen out to the shibud, if the kohen wants, he could be moichel that. The Mishnah ends off, Hamafresh pidyon benoy va'aved chayu b'achri Yusuf. If you were mafresh the money for pidyon ben, but you didn't give it yet to the kohen, it doesn't help. You're still chayu b'achri to give it to the kohen. Shenem yiyeh lecha upadei sifteh. And we've spoken this out before, that over here the hafrasha doesn't help. It's the actual nesina to the kohen that does the pidyon haben. In the Aragada over here on the side of the Mishnayis, he has a shak of attire, whether if the kohen doesn't want to take the pidyon haben and you force him to take it, would that be considered a your mitzvah pidyon haben? The svara to say that it does help is that it has a din like a regular piraim. Normally by piraim, he says b'shem the ksais b'shem the pri chadash that you could do it bal karcha. But at the end, he's madchen. He says mitzad you're giving. Maybe you gave it if you give it bal karcha. But mitzad the actual kohen receiving it and the kohen being zeicha in it, that he's not going to be zeicha in bal karcha. And since the end of the mission we just says that with hafrasha itself you're not yotze, it has to be that the kohen is zeicha in it. So within the sina bal karcha you wouldn't be yotze your mitzvah pidyon haben.